Hey guys, welcome to the live. I'm going to show you now how you can build out your automations if you want to, and how I would build your automations for you if it was me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. I've just got to mute this page. So, right, so I'm going to show you how I would do this. So let me just share my screen like that. Fantastic. All right. So let's say you come over here to, in the system, you come over here to where it says automations. All right. And then you go over to the top right and say create workflow. Okay. So you want to create a new workflow. Click on this. And then right here, you're going to see where it says start from scratch. Okay. So go here and click continue. And we're going to create this workflow like this. We're going to do sellers, and we're going to do our expireds. Okay. So every automation, guys, is going to start with what we call a trigger, and then every time a trigger happens, the actions will happen afterwards. So the trigger means like every time this happens, or that contact will come into this workflow, right? So we're going to go ahead and add a trigger. So just click there and go to contact created. And then we're going to name this this is our expired contact trigger, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a filter that says it has the tag, and then search here for the tags, and you can search expired and click expired. Okay, so basically this means every time a contact is created that has the tag expired, they're going to come into this workflow once you finish with it. Okay. All right, cool. So now you've got your trigger set up. So the first thing I would do here, guys, is I would assign the lead to someone in your team, okay, or yourself if it's just you, okay. So you click here and go add your first action, and you search for assign, and you can assign to user, and then you just assign it to yourself. You should be on the list there, right? And then underneath that, you've got this plus button again, and now we're going to actually send a. We can use this now to send a text, right? So send a text, okay, like this. So what I don't want to, what I wouldn't do is sort of say, hey, it's Martin here from XYZ. The reason I'm contacting you is because I'd love to list your property, and this is what I can offer you, right? You go straight off the bat like that. They're getting a million realtors contacting them, asking them those types of questions, right? So you want to be different, and you want to take them through a stage, in my opinion. So in sales, you want to, step by step, right? Just get them to the next step first before pitching them. So I would just start by, hey, is this? Hi, is this? And then you could go click here and go custom fields, click contact, your full name, right? So hi, is this John Smith? And then save that. And now what you can do here, I would encourage you as well when you're building automations is save the names of your automations, right? So hi, is this their name? And change the name of each action so that you know what they are later. It makes it really easy. So hey, is this contact name, right? So from here, what I would do is go into a wait step. So I just search for the wait step, wait, and then what you want to do is wait for a reply. So you don't want to wait for a certain amount of time, but click on this and scroll down to where it says contact replied, okay? And then you can reply to, and reply to what? Basically, replied to what? Replied to, well, that message that we just sent, right? And then what you can do, wait for reply 1 hour, right? So what you can do then is go for timeout and click the timeout, and you can set a certain number of a certain time frame for them to reply, right? Basically what this means is that the system will wait for them to reply for an hour, and if they still haven't replied after an hour, it'll move forward anyway, right? So, but if they do reply within the hour, it'll move forward when they reply, right? So now we've waited, or they've replied, and then so here you can set conditional branches, basically, right? So what I do is I do this. I go and search if. So conditional branch basically means like if you can set a branch. If they did this, then do this. If they did this, then do this, right? So we could set here reply. What is it? Did they reply positively, right? So you can go in here and come in here and go to contact replied, and did they reply yes or no? This is yes or no. Did they reply at all? Yes or no, right? So yes, they replied, and the reply intent, you can see this intent here is positive, right? And then you can make another branch by clicking add branch, and then here you want to put reply is negative. Okay, so you just do the same thing. Still true for the reply, but the intent is negative. Right? Awesome. And then here we go. And then the last one would be like they didn't reply at all, right? Cool. And so obviously, guys, this is obviously familiar to you guys from what we did in our onboarding session for some of you, but contact replied false. But I'm going to go into a bit more detail this time, right? So now you've got these 3 branches here. What you can do here is under the replied positive one, just go here and go, you want to always put a wait step in. You want to wait like a little while. You don't want messages going out straight away because it seems like a robot, right? So wait and then send the next message. And then you can say, so he's replied positively. So you've said, hi, is this John Smith? He said, yes, who's this? You can go, great. It's Martin here from XYZ. I saw you were selling that property over on, over at, address, right? And then you put the address in here, right? So also what you want to do with this address, actually, sorry guys, is you want to delete that and click on custom value, go to contact, and come down here to address 1, right? That's going to fill in the first line of their address, okay? Over here, address 1. And then now you're going to tell them why you think they should work with you. What's your unique selling proposition to get in front of them, or to get to secure yourself a meeting? Why should they bother talking to you, right? So you could say something like, I have a promotion where we run a free open house, right? Like that. Is that worth a conversation, right? Something like that. Okay, and save that. Okay, now I'll come back to what this is going to say later, right? So I'm just going to paste this here. I have a promotion, right? Change the name so we know what it is, right? And then so now we're going to do the negative branch. Okay, so the negative branches are going to be a little bit similar. So we're going to press wait, and we're going to press 0.1 minutes, 0.1, and then we're going to send a message that says, did I get the wrong number? I was looking for the owner of, right? And then now you put the address in, that, right? Simple, right? And then from there, all you do now is do another wait step, okay? 0.1, 0.1, right? And then now you just press go to, right? So you can click another action and go to, and you can send this person to anywhere else in the system. Now you can send them straight to the same promotion, right? And it's going to introduce yourself, and I have a promotion that I'm running a free open house, even on the negative. So the point is that whether they reply positive, negative, or didn't reply at all, you still want to send out your offer or however you can help them, right? So, and then like if they didn't reply at all, you could do the same thing. You could send an SMS. Oh no, if they didn't reply at all, sorry, you just go to, right, like that. And then same thing, you could send them back to that same message that says, did I not get the wrong number? Because remember, if they didn't reply at all, it's been an hour since the first message. So you just sent out, did I get the wrong number, right? So I'm going to put this up in here. Okay. Did I get the wrong number? I have a promotion where. Now from here, you can now set this. This is how I would do it, and this is how some of our upgraded automations are done too. So if you go wait, and you scroll down to wait for them to reply to that message, right? Wait for reply to the I have a promotion message, okay? And then this is an expired, so I would actually wait this for 2 days, okay? Because if they still haven't responded, wait for reply 2 days, right? Save that. And then now here, you can do, because you've done that wait for reply step, you can do the same thing we did up here. You can add in another conditional branch. This is where it starts to get reasonably complicated. So you can do an if, and then do the same thing, right? Replied positive. Positive. I'm going super fast now, but I'm hoping that you're keeping up because I already showed you this before. right? Explain this. Cool. So, oh wait. Apply negative. So we've just built another 3 branches in the exact same way that we did before, right? So you've got a replied positive where they replied, yes, they replied, and their intent of the reply was positive, and the contact replied, yes, they replied, and the intent of the reply was negative, and then they didn't reply, which is the contact replied, they didn't reply, false, right? So save that, and that creates our new 3 branches down here, and we're going to do similar. We're going to wait, we're going to have some wait steps, and then follow up with them, right? So it's already been 2 days, so we don't need the wait steps. Reply positive, yeah, we want the wait step here, right? So wait 0.1. And so they've replied positively to your promotion, right? It's real simple here. Now you just notify yourself, okay? So send yourself a notification, and you want to get the notification quickly, right? So you want to send yourself a text, okay, to the assigned user, or you could send it to a particular user or a custom phone number, just a phone number, right? But if your phone number is set up in the system properly, then it'll send it to you. So if you press assigned user, you could just say custom values, go to contact, fill in their name. This as engaged with you, or I can't actually remember what we do here. So contact name, just do this, right? Contact, and then contact, and then put the address, and then next one you could just go, what you want is the message, right? It's the message body. So just have that like that, and then that'll send you a text with their name, their address, and the message that they sent in response to this message up here, which says I have a promotion. Okay. So I'm not sure if that makes sense, but like if anything isn't making sense, you want me to go over anything again, guys, just comment below. Even if you're not watching live, if you're watching this later, if you comment below, I'll see it and I'll absolutely answer your questions. So save, right? So they've replied positively, so we've notified ourselves, right? So this wait step here is really only if you're going to send another text, but I would actually not send a text at this stage, so maybe we probably don't need this. And delete that one. So I didn't miss I need another step here for replied negatively. Oh, I just built it badly. Sorry, guys. I'll just put out the negative branch. Reply negatively. Replied. Yes. The reply was negative. Okay, so now I've just built a 3rd branch for negative replies, right? So it's just in a different order, but it's the same sort of thing. So a negative reply, what I would do is go as I would wait, right? Wait 2 days, and then wait 2 days, or even wait, 7 days maybe. Wait 7 days because they've said no, they're not interested, basically, right? And then, but I'd advance that. No. Yeah, wait 7 days. Yeah, I'd wait 7 days. And then save that, and then send another message after 7 days that says, "Hi again, it's Martin here from XYZ. How is the sale going?" Right, or something like that. How is the sale going? My offer above still stands. Etc. It still stands if you'd like to talk, something like that, right? So you just start that one touch point to follow up, just in case their plans have changed, or have your plans changed, something like that, right? Or you still think of buying or something, right? So you're going to sort of send out this message that sort of follows up with them one more time, because you never know which lead's going to be one, right? So. And then here you could do it again, right? And I wouldn't go too much further than that, but you could put another. So if they what I would do here is actually just go wait, right? I'd wait for them to reply. Okay. Now this is going to be a bit different now. Wait for them to reply to that message, but we're not going to time it out. All right. So you're only going to get notified if they reply, and then all you do is grab this notification, and we're going to copy it. Copy, and then go there. I know that I'm kind of going fast there. I'm trying my best to explain each step, but I think this video will be available and you'll be able to watch it later if you want to go through these steps a lot. Okay, and so if you sort of understand that part, right? Wait for reply, no timeout, right? So it's not going to time out. It's only people are just going to wait there until they respond. And then now the last one, all we have to do is build the didn't reply funnel, right? So if they still didn't reply after 2 days, then what I would do is do something similar to this, but slightly different, right? So it's been 2 days. So I'm going to copy this entire thing, and I'm not going to copy the one action. I'm going to copy all of the actions downwards from there. I've got to copy and go to copy all actions, and then I can just click here to copy and paste all these actions right here, right? So I didn't copy the 7 days on purpose. So I'm just going to change this message now. I'm going to say, did you get a chance to consider my offer above? Right, save. Did you get a chance? That, save. Great. And so that's the same thing now. So this one here is basically like, so if they didn't reply, it's been 2 days, so that you send a message saying, did you get a chance to see my message above? If you're still interested, if you're interested. And then if they reply, you get a notification. If they reply to this, you get a notification, right? So I hope that makes sense, guys. But so essentially the point is that no matter which way they go through the funnel, they always go through the automation. A, they're always going to get the offer. And B, if they're not interested in the offer, they're still going to get some type of follow-up, right? Follow-up, whether it be 2 or 7 days later, okay? So I hope that was helpful. I think only one person's watching right now, but I know that this will post on the Facebook group for you guys to watch later. So I hope that it was helpful for you guys. When you're ready, you just hit publish and then save it, okay? Don't forget, when building automations, make sure you come in here to settings, and you don't want them to go out anytime. You want to specify what time they go out, because you don't want to annoy anybody, and then hit save again, and then that automation will be live. So yeah, guys, if you have anything else you'd like me to cover or anything else you want me to do for you, I'm more than happy to do so. So I hope that was of some value to some people. I know that there was a bunch of you out there that wanted to get into the automations, but have been working on them and things like that. So I hope that was useful. And I'll post this up on the Facebook group right now. And as usual, guys, let me know if you need anything, or you could reach out to me or Jake or whatever you need, okay? So thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.